Well, Tim's getting after the exhaust on the 900. We got a door handle to put on this gator. And we got the alternator already on this 9320. So we're going to start this up and let it run for a little while. We'll get the hood and everything all closed up on it. But we got the alternator on there. This is the right one. So it was a little bit of a bugger to get it on there in the snow and everything. But it's on there now. So we're going to let this run for a little while. And then we've got to get this hooked to the James Way spreader. Once we get that spreader done so we can pull the chisel plow in. So let's do a little cold start on the 9320. Alright, so we're getting 14.2 on the alternator. And then this old girl, she's about 20 hours away from an oil change, and this has only got 306 hours on it. Actually, it's got 10,306 hours. So we're just going to square this up to the door, and once the spreader's done, we can pull it out. Alright, that was priority one for today. This is a new and improved handle design here. The other one I've had quite a bit of trouble with. This is about the second or third set of handles that this has had. And this has got just an 8mm bolt that you have to keep adjusted for the button. And I don't know what the heck happened to it. It's all solid. It's not working. So that's been replaced. So we'll get this thing out of here and get on the exhaust on the 900. So we got all kinds of fun stuff going on here. Now we got that spreader out of here, huh, boys?
I know, right?
Yeah.
The spreader was a big pain in the butt.
Yeah. Well, these guys are rebushing everything on this one. Kurt, he welded up this one shank that's on the outside here. This was all cracked. I field welded it back. Time in the spring here, back in May or something like that, and I actually bought a new shank, bracket, but he thought he could weld it. So we're getting after the exhaust on the 900 here, which is kind of a pain in the ass, but we're getting there. And shortly we'll be able to mount the mufflers up in place. We've got the one pipe on the other side. We got to finish lining up this one and get the proper measurement. We're kind of doing all the work under the cab and getting everything lined up with the Y pipe that's underneath there. We're going to step on over and check on Jared here. He's got the head. Oh, got Davey over here too. Davey's inspecting. Got the head on the 4620. And maybe by tomorrow noon we'll be running her, huh, Bub? Oh. Yeah. Think she's going to be race ready, Davey?
Yep.
All right, so he's following his instructions in the book, getting the right sequence for the head bolts. Soaking them in Earl. That looks all nice, doesn't it? Yeah. All right. I don't know, is this going to be as hot as the other one? Roll as much coal?
No, not quite.
No, not quite. The other one's pretty hot, but that one's sitting outside the door here, so he's got all his other non-essential parts. He got that head loaded, so he shouldn't have anything. Well, no, you got to put the rockers all back on, don't you?
Yeah.
So, all right. So the valves are in it, but the rockers and whatever got to be reassembled. Exhaust manifold's got to go on along with the intake manifold, and then maybe we'll get the side of that block cleaned up and make her race ready. Well, what do you think of that? We got the straight pipes off the W9. We got a pair of mufflers back on there. New exhaust from the turbo back. Everything's new, all in underneath the cab. The Y pipe, all that stuff. So everybody's kind of gone home for the night here. We had this right-hand hub. We ended up changing the bearings out of it. So we're putting new bearings into this hub. This hub didn't have any cracks in it or anything. And we're also going to replace the tie rod end on this. We had to replace the one on the left side here a couple weeks ago. I'll put a card in up here somewhere where we had to change that. But we're going to slap this hub on there and swap out that tie rod end. And then that's going to do it for tonight on this thing. In a little bit, we'll run over next door and we'll check on the 4620. I think Jered's got most of the rockers all back in there. He wants to get that thing running. Maybe tomorrow. So let's get this hub on there and swap out that tie rod end. Okay, so pull my outer bearing out of the hub. I've already got the bearing and the seal installed, obviously. So we're just going to spill a little bit of oil around this here. Get some of that on there, make a mess for sure. There's that. There for a second. Alright, now you should fill the hub with oil, you know, the back side of there. But what we're going to do is it's going to be sitting in the shop overnight, so we're going to fill the hub with oil and then check it tomorrow several times before we pull it out of the shop. So it isn't like we're going right out on the road with it. And I've already made enough of a mess on the floor here, so I don't need to spill any more oil on the floor here. So I'm just going to get our locking nuts, our axle nuts on here. Come on. That doesn't want to thread on there right. What the heck is going on here? Need to stand up. Alright, I can see right now that I'm going to need an extension for the ratchet, so I'll go ahead and grab that. Alright, so we got all the bolts in. I just got to grab a 1/2-inch socket and ratchet. I had all the bolts in. Alright, 1/2-inch socket and ratchet, we'll tighten them up. so that's going to take a while to seep in through the bearings. And we'll check it a couple times, refill it tomorrow, and we'll be good to go. So we're going to slap the hub on right now, or the brake drum. And then we're going to wait to put the wheel on until tomorrow. Alright, you guys took a little spill. Hopefully the camera's okay. Alright, now we're gonna try to swap out this tie rod in a hurry here. Alright, so we got the clamp off in there. Now I gotta get a wire brush. I'm just gonna count them threads. So we're gonna cut it with the oxygen acetylene torch, and I'll heat it up with the other one. I'm going to bring the floor jack over. Well, we got that apart. We had all good intentions to get this thing freaking done tonight, but as I was pulling that old tie rod end out of the cross tube here, it ended up pulling all the threads out of this cross tube. And if you look right down in the bottom of that tube, this red crap on there is a red and tacky grease. But if you look right down, you can just about see it there. The camera's not really focusing in on it. So we gotta get a new cross tube for it. We'll see if Kenworth has one, and we'll grab that tomorrow. And you know, everything's gonna be kind of new on there. I didn't want to try forcing the new tie rod end in there. Run the risk of ruining that, and then run the risk of that pulling apart going down the road. So we have put right around $3 into this today. 2,100 and some odd dollars for the exhaust system on it, and we ended up putting new tires on too. We got some Armstrong 385/65 R22.5 tires that the boys mounted up here earlier today, and along with the exhaust, the tires, the bearings, the tie rod ends, and whatnot were right about $3,000. So we're going to run next door and look at the 4620, and then that's going to be about it for tonight. They're rebushing the shanks and the spring resets on this chisel plow. They got the other one done the other day, and we worked on the spreader, and then we pulled this one in. We're going to have to pull the other one back in because we don't have all the parts that we need. We went as far as we could. The baler's still hanging around. We had a leak in the air tank, and Jered had to fix that, but he's got the head all on this. He put that on earlier today, and he's got all the rockers in there, and he was adjusting his valve lash here earlier, and he expects to hopefully be running this tomorrow. He's got to run it for a little while, and then he's got to go back through. He's got to pull the valve cover off and retighten the head bolts. And I don't know if he's going to check the timing again on it or not, but we hope to see this thing running tomorrow. He's kind of tickled to be doing this kind of work. He's never really done this stuff before, neither have I. I have not been a part of this at all. This is his project here, so that's why we haven't been showing too much of it. But he had to replace the head. The head had been worked on before, and it had some cracks in it. And this surface here where it goes down on the engine block, they have to plane that off so that it fits true. And that old head that was on this tractor had been worked on enough times before that there wasn't enough material there to plane it down to get it true and level again. So we are going to call it a night here now, and we'll come back at you here in the next couple days with some more stuff that's going on. Hopefully I can get a freaking tie rod for that W9, because that's kind of tying up space here, and tie rod tube that is, and we'll be coming back at you with another one here shortly. So I want to thank you for watching, folks. Remember to leave me a thumbs up if you like these videos. That really helps me a lot. Drop me a comment down below, and subscribe if you haven't yet already, and we'll catch you at the next video. Thanks again for watching.